What's up, y'all? Um, this is Gourty Maxx. We had a tough week last week. We lost one of our greats. We lost one of our veterans, a legend gone too soon. Aaron Spears, uh, one of the most incredible musicians, one of the most amazing drummers, super influential, super inspirational to the music community. He passed away last week, and man, what a day it was! What a moment to just stop and think about life, of course, but everything and just all that he was to the community. Aaron Spears was one of the people that like changed my entire outlook on playing the drums, performing, practicing. He inspired everyone to basically go and practice and to elevate their sound. He was just one of those innovators. Yeah, it hit a lot of us that day. It hit a lot of us all week last week, and I felt that it was only right for me to just speak about him because of his influence on me and in my life and in my playing. I was actually fortunate to meet Aaron Spears for the first time in my life. Back in 2021, I was going to North Carolina to be with my god brother one last time as we were celebrating his life and his legacy. Shout out to Shaun, Carrington, my brother. I miss him so much, man. But he was a guitar player for all of the A-list artists from 2000, probably 98, up until, 2019, 2020. And he worked with Aaron Spears on different gigs. And I remember playing at the funeral. I didn't want to play, but I heard Shaun's voice. I heard my godbrother's voice. Basically saying, "You better get up there, nigga. If you don't stop playing with me." And so I ended up playing like the last two songs. I ended up closing out the ceremony. And after that, and after the burial, the family had like fellowship and refreshments and all of those things. And Aaron Spears, I shook his hand. I was like, "What's up, man?" Before I could even say anything after that and just give him his flowers that I did. He was like, "I enjoyed you." He was at the funeral. He was there. He was also at the rehearsal. And so, I remember me and my dad. We just gave him his flowers. At the fellowship hall, and we just gave him that love that I felt like he deserved. Because of what he's done and what he's been able to do. I've been able to see him from his Gideon Band days, all up until all of the Usher moments, the beautiful Usher moments that he's done. So it was heartbreaking last week, man. It was tough. It definitely made you just see life differently. Tomorrow's not promised, and you really have to do your best every day. His character shined just as brightly as his playing did, and more people were able to witness that outside of his playing, and I think that is the most beautiful thing. And that taught me sometimes I have to check myself, even with my character, and sometimes how I deal with people, depending on the day, it could be real weird. But he stayed the same with any and everyone, regardless of who they were, regardless of what position and what type of high regard that they were held to. He stayed the same with everyone. He stayed the same, and he responded to basically almost everyone that wanted to message him or talk to him or do any of those type of things. Like, he responded to, and that's huge. Yeah, I just wanted to come and make this and pay my homage to him. Thank you, Aaron Spears, for just changing the game and me personally just making me want to be a better drummer. If I could be very, very honest and very specific, he pushed me, man. We've never seen anything like that when it first came out. At least me. You know, he definitely brought something different to this world, and you knew it was God. You knew God was doing something different with him, and he's such a testimony to so many different things and so many different drummers and colleagues, musicians all around the world. Everyone who he's worked with, everyone who he, touched and had an amazing conversation with. He touched everyone. He inspired everyone to be great, to be nice, to be just authentic. My favorite Aaron Spears moments were probably the Grammy performance with Usher and James Brown, and he had his moment towards the end of that outro, and I remember, and I had to be 14, 15. I couldn't have been no older than that. I remember calling my drummer friends, and we were going crazy. We were going insane. We just never seen anything so raw and sound so different on a stage. Drum sheds, we know that's the place to where we just get it all out, where we come up with different things. And we were playing at church at the time only, so it wasn't shocking. It just was unheard of, and I feel like Aaron Spears, to me, was just one of those ones that took whatever he practiced, configured, learned, and just drum shedding onto the stage. And he was doing different things every time. It was insane, and we were losing our minds. Of course, the Live in Puerto Rico Usher presentation was insane. That just goes down in history as top two, even number one for a lot of us. Another moment was with him working with Chrisette Michele for VH1 Soul that came out maybe around that time out. I had to be about 15, 16. Rest in peace also to another musician that we've lost this year, Daniel Jones. He was playing keys and Aaron Spears was on drums. And that was such a crazy moment that I felt like it, if you wasn't tuned into VH1, you probably missed it, because at the time, I don't even think they were posting, tune into VH1. I don't even think that was even a thing as of yet like that. So if you wasn't tapped in, you didn't really know, But I'll never forget, I watched that performance, and Aaron was going crazy, man. Aaron was being Aaron, and it was so cool to see him with Chrisette Michele outside of Usher. He's done so much. Even another moment was, I'll never forget this too. I stayed up 1:30 in the morning on the school night, and I believe it was on David Letterman or Jay Leno, and he was playing for Lil Wayne and Robin Thicke when the song Shooter came out. And he played drums, and for the type of song, that song was meant for him to play that night. Just aggressive, sounding heavy. The pocket was just heavy, and he went crazy. I'll never forget that moment. He's definitely influenced me on so many different levels, so many different years of my life. Like, to only have met him one time is so wild to me, because even though I wasn't around a lot of musicians, or all of the musicians. Like, I never been to a NAMM show, soon come. But like those places where he was, I wasn't there. But to meet him at my godbrother's funeral was, it was personal. It makes me think about everything in such a different light. It's a little more special. I'm thankful for Aaron. I'm thankful for his legacy. My condolences to his family, to all his loved ones, to all the musicians in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, specifically, the ones that were really, really close to him. I can't even imagine their pain right now, but I pray that God just continues to comfort them and his wife and children and everyone who he's touched, all over the world. So, yeah, man, rest in peace, Aaron Spears, and also rest in peace to Daniel Jones, and also rest in peace to my godbrother, Shaun Carrington. Yeah, we lost the room.
Really believe, man, that the reason that God put us here on this earth is to be able to encourage and inspire each other.
Yeah.
It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And I just feel like being encouraging is it's a big thing.
Yeah, absolutely.